And for this, I'm going to turn off the button, all right? Because this is something that it will be very difficult to talk about if we can't say the title of the game. Happy with that, lads?
Absolutely. But it's up to Discretion of the King. Oh, yeah, thank God.
Yeah, good, thank God. So we have had the pre-orders have gone up for Resident Evil Requiem. And with that, normally we wouldn't even bother talking about this, but there are two different versions that have been announced so far at this point. There's the Standard Edition, and then there's the Deluxe Edition. Now, what do you get in these? For the Standard Edition, if you pre-order, you get the main game, and you get a pre-order bonus costume for Grace, which is Grace's Apocalypse costume. Ooh. Now, for the Deluxe version, you get the main game, you get Steelbook, you get 5 different costumes for this, and the one that they're showing off at the moment is Grace's costume for Lady Dimitrescu, which is very nice. You get some weapon skins, you get some game filters, some charms. We famously on this podcast hate gameplay giving charms, so I'm sure that's going to continue. You do get an audio pack, which I quite like the sound of, which is the Raccoon City Classic audio pack, and they bang on Resident Evil 2 and 3 for those packs. They're well worth the money. I bought those privately myself. They're great. And you get a special file, which is a letter from 1998. Ooh. Those are different ones. Guys, first off, before we go into a certain amount of speculation, which I will bring it onto in just a moment, I want to know, what do you feel about these two editions? Which one are you going to go for, and are you going to put a pre-order in while they are available? Spence, I'm going to come to you first on this one.
See, I knew you'd come to me first. The thing is, I don't know about the Steelbook.
What? You don't like it?
Not that much, no. No, I don't. Not that much. I like the back more than I like the front. I wish the back was the front. But the front I don't like at all, actually. So I want I want one of these. Hang on. This is what I want. One of these lenticulars. Ooh.
There is a lenticular version.
Card, it says there.
Yeah.
Not a sleeve. A lenticular, you get a card in there. I don't know if that's the same thing, but I want the lenticular cover. That's all I want. And whichever one has the lenticular, that's the one I'll be going for. But like you said, the charm bollocks can get gone.
We don't want ways to make our games easier and pay for it, do we? This is the thing about charms. And
pay to win.
Yep. And so whenever we've done this in the past, we've always, I can only speak for myself, but I know you guys did exactly the same. Whenever we got these charms, just never equip them.
Never. Yeah, never.
Yeah, or just don't ever redeem the code for the charm, which just either one. Doesn't matter, does it? It's not a main selling point for myself, that's for damn sure. What about yourself, Mr. Lloyd? Which version are you going for on this?
Well, I've already pre-ordered the Steelbook based on your recommendation that came through. I was over in New York and I thought, damn, I need to spend another £70 or whatever it was. And I ordered it instantly. I didn't even read it. I thought Resident Evil Requiem, brilliant. I want a Steelbook, didn't even look at it, just bought it, frame one. So yeah, it's on its way. February 27th. So I'm very much looking forward to it. And Spence, I oppose you on this one. I really like the cover of this one. It reminds me of Resident Evil Survivor of all games because of the gun on the front. Looks really, really cool. I can't wait to play this game, and having a Steelbook up on my shelf, it'll be the icing on the cake.
I'm right there with you, Mr. Hoy. I've done exactly the same thing. I've pre-ordered it for the Steelbook. I think it looks great. I'm surprised you don't like it, Spence. I thought this was going to be a hat trick all round. So quite nice that we don't all agree. But yeah, I'm straight in for that. The Steelbook's the main thing for me. I don't really care about the rest. I do like having the soundtrack though, and it's one of those things that for the base gameplay I won't use that soundtrack, but then for a New Game Plus run or whatever, I will then put it on because I want to be able to appreciate what they've already done before then I just change it to what I like. To all my nostalgia rings, you know? I can't be like, oh, the sound design's amazing, because I've been using all the classic, 1998 Resident Evil 2 and 3 soundtracks or whatever, right? I can't be doing that. So it's not really quite fair. But I will enjoy it for subsequent playthroughs, that's for damn sure. Are you guys going to do the same kind of route? Or for yourself, Phil, because you're going to have the same content as me? Or are you going to run with the soundtrack from the off?
I think that'd be mental, to be fair.
It would.
I don't know who's just equipped in all that straight away to play through the game. Screw what the actual game producers and directors and everyone else that worked on this game wanted you to listen to. I'm going to choose my own thing. So no, I'm just going to let the game make the choices. And then afterwards, I might play with some of the DLC stuff that you get included with this. But most of that, as you've said, doesn't interest me at all. I just want the nice steelbook. And yeah, I'm interested to see what that lenticular card is all about. I'm assuming it's a sleeve, but they've just called it a card. It'd be weird just to have a card in there that's lenticular, but who knows? Who knows? We'll wait and see.
That's the thing, man. That's the thing. If it comes to light that it's a sleeve and it's like only on the steelbook version, which I think it is, I'm gonna have to get a steelbook. It's just the way it goes. But I do not like that steelbook. The one thing I'm curious about, and it kind of bothers me a bit as well, I think, is the letters from 1998. Because what can it say? Because it can't be anything essential or any like vital, because it's not included unless you have Deluxe Edition. So what's that about?
That's the big thing, right? Like, no idea. It could be anything. It could be literally anything. It could be any of the survivors from Outbreak. It could be. It could be literally anything.
Is it worth having, though? That's the thing, right? It's an added thing on there, right? And it's not front and center. The front and center, for some reason, is the Lady Dimitrescu.
No, you know why.
You know, that one's... Yeah, but they're very different builds, aren't they, the two females?
Yes.
So it kind of loses some of its appeal without being crude. But the file is very much a footnote in the graphic that I have shared in the doc. So I just wonder, is it worth including? And if you read it before you play the game, what does it possibly spoil? I don't know where it fits in. I'm a bit, skeptical on that one as well. Same as you, Spence.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did read through, I read through the blog earlier. It seems like it adds more files in the game for you to find whilst you're playing through. But I just feel like they have to be such nothing files. What's the point?
Or just mega, like,
Deep cuts.
lore deep cuts, yeah.
They can't be the thing that ties the franchise together, you know?
No, it's not really that.
Imagine that was it.
That
It's
was
like a paywall to actually find out the real reason we're doing all this in Resident Evil.
That would be nuts.
Because nothing's ever really made sense. But if you got those files, you pay that extra, 20 quid, you get the answer.
It's nuts. What if it's like what happened to Lisa Trevor is on that letter?
Oh, that'd be sick.
Is that the biggest question from Resident Evil for you, Spence?
It's one of mine, yeah, actually.
Okay.
I'd love to know more about Lisa
Did
Trevor.
she survive the mansion blowing up?
Yeah, because I reckon she would.
Who knows?
Yeah,
Maybe that'll
and
get
she was-
answered in the game.
And she was chucked right down into like a massive crater when she jumped off the thing. So she could have survived down there. Mate, imagine she's in this game.
Oh, let's not.
Oh, yeah, no, let's not go there. Let's not go there. It's not a speculation cast.
No.
But speaking of speculation, I do want to lay some things out. Spence, you might have missed this as you're not on Twitter these days. So there is, with these 5 costumes, as you know, obviously we know 2 of them at this point. We know the Lady Dimitrescu, we know the Apocalypse skin, right? But there was a Portuguese site that leaked that one of the costumes is some Leon boxes. Right? Some Leon stuff. Now, it's long been rumored that he's the other playable character in this game and that we'll get him. I think it's pretty much a cert at this point, and I'm sure that we're going to see that at the Game Awards at the end of the year. I imagine that's the pop that they'll announce that he's in that, right? It makes perfect sense to be able to have a massive pop.
Wow.
That's kind of time.
That
What?
or the showcase they've mentioned.
Yes, potentially in the showcase. Yeah, you are right. It could be in either one of these 2 things. But we seem to have more fuel for the fire because it has come out from this Portuguese site that's accidentally leaked it. How does that sit with you guys? And have you got any other speculation for costumes that you'd want to see now, knowing that there is a very high likelihood that Leon Kennedy himself is in this game as a playable character? Any costumes you want to see?
I suppose the only one I'd want to see is the RPD.
You want to see the Resident Evil 2 version?
Yeah, I don't want no RE4 outfit. I'm fine without that because yes, that's fine. It's fine. It's so famous. I don't care. I want the RPD rookie, the rookie fit.
Nice. Okay. What about yourself, Mr. Hoy? You following suit?
I think I'd have to agree with Spencer, and I also agree that we'll probably find out more in the showcase, because in the short history that Maggie Robinson presented, who plays Lady Dimitrescu, she mentioned that we're going to get a showcase early 2026, and if the game is out, February 27th, kind of means we're seeing something in January, right?
Yeah.
Surely. Unless it's like a week before.
February
and that's
26th.
where they, February 26th. That's where they show off a little bit of Leon. But during the presentation, they do fail to mention Resident Evil 0, 1, Code Veronica, and 4, which feels strange, right? If you're giving a history of Resident Evil, you'd expect them to start from the start and kind of end at the end and bring you right up to date. But they just go through a few highlights. Maybe that was time dependent. I don't know. So having Resident Evil 4's Leon's costume in this one feels strange if it's not within the presentation from Maggie Robinson. But hey, I'm the same as Spence. I want to see, OG Leon from Resident Evil 2. That would be my pick as well.
Well, I'm thinking as we're going for Leon here, I'm going to play devil's advocate. I want to see the Resident Evil 4 costume. It's Leon's most famous look. I know it's not our favorite version of Leon, but it is the fan favorite, so I do want to see that. But I've got a costume for Grace that I want to chuck in here, as we're throwing it back to 1998 and we're throwing it back to those times. I want to see either Resident Evil 3 Jill, or I want to see my favorite, which is Resident Evil 1 Jill with the beret. I want to see costumes for those. I think, why wouldn't you do it at this point,
Exactly.
It'd be quite good.
Yeah, it would be nice to have. Or, you just have the costumes of her mother from Outbreak.
That makes sense.
But that's an easy one to go for. But I'd like to see. I always just like Jill's beret costume from
You just
RE1.
like Jill, man.
Yeah, she's the best, bro. She's the best girl. So why not? Why not have it? But
or the tofu skin.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That.
That'd be cool. Can't
See,
go wrong. It's got a beret.
Walking round
With a beret. Yeah, why not?
If I have to pick,
submachine gun, if I'm not mistaken.
Sounds about right.
if I have to
Strange.
pick a Grace skin, I'd want from RE1 from Wesker's photo, the Rebecca Chambers basketball.
Oh.
I thought we were going to go a
outfit.
bit crude. I was going to butt in and say bikini skin.
Oh, no,
but
it's
you've
not
kind of done it
crude.
yourself.
It's not crude. I just appreciate women's sports.
Yeah.
Big supporter.
He's massive over there. He's massive for it. Well, there we go. We will learn more very shortly. I still reckon it's going to be a game awards push myself. I reckon that's when we're going to see the Leon reveal. And I think we'll have game awards. I reckon it's going to be a Leon reveal. I shouldn't put my picks out now before we even do our, it's not going to be long before we're doing bloody our speculations and of what they're going to show. But hey, I'll spoil my thinking already. I reckon they're going to announce that Leon's there. It will be shown in the trailer, and they'll announce a demo on the same day.
Oh yeah,
We haven't had a demo yet.
We're definitely getting a
wild.
demo.
So yeah, we're definitely getting demo. I reckon that's where they announce both. We'll wait and see. We'll see how far off I am from that. We famously never get any single predictions right on this show, although Spence does quite well. So we'll wait and see. But let's move it over to the final piece of quick news, and it's over to yourself, Mr. Hoy.